To some of you here who were present during the Revalida of the Bureau of Customs for the initiation stage, you might recall that there were only a handful of us from the Bureau of Customs on that day, when I committed myself and my organization to pursue this transformation journey through the PGS. I thought that the entire Bureau of Customs followed us to Unilag. It dawned on me that the people were actually behind us and that they wanted us to succeed, that they were rooting for us. Believe me, there is no realization more humbling and more inspiring. Given the things that we have accomplished along the lines of reform and transformation, I was confident then that we would get the initiated status. But what really came as a surprise was to be bestowed with the Gold Trailblazer Award. It was truly a proud moment for me and for the men and women of the BOC who labored to achieve such milestone for the agency. And from that day on, I pledged to myself that I will see this journey through to its final stage. A year after our successful initiation and 8 months into the pandemic, the Bureau of Customs has adapted to the challenges of COVID-19 while ensuring that the PGS is cascaded, ingrained, and practiced in the Bureau. The pandemic tested our commitment and resolve as an organization. And if there is one standard by which to measure our compliance and to show that the PGS has been cascaded to all employees, it is the surpassing of our targets that is the most telling and compelling. Our personnel have exceeded agency goals not only in terms of numbers, but more importantly, in the quality of work, dedication, and devotion that they've displayed in performance of their duties, even at the risk of their own lives. There is now a collective spring to their movements and an eagerness in their voices. And this is because they know that they have been uniquely called upon to serve our nation as frontliners in these extraordinary times. The milestones that we share today are testament to the Bureau's efforts to promote the PGS from top to bottom and all the way down the line. We have set 15 targets each for both the core process and the support process roadmaps, all of which our people have met. In pursuit of our goal to be world-class, we have been aligning ourselves with the World Customs Organization Mercator program. To show confidence, we have invited the WCO to visit the Bureau of Customs and assess us in 2021. And the WCO actually partnered with the BOC in the implementation of the Mercator program with support coming from the UK government. The Bureau is also on track to surpass its revenue collection targets for the year, despite the abnormal circumstances brought about by COVID-19. We have also strengthened our border security operations by improving detection and intelligence capabilities. And we were able to accelerate our no-contact policy projects, which were readily adopted by our stakeholders, resulting in unhampered trade facilitation. Our resolve to address the challenge of graft and corruption has neither waned nor faltered. On the contrary, we have been relentless in pursuing actions against erring BOC personnel. And these are the numbers so far. To further expand on what we have accomplished for our compliance stage, we are showcasing 3 major programs of the Bureau of Customs in 2020, namely, the improvement of our risk management system, the strengthening of our internal administration capabilities, and the full automation of our frontline processes. The most tangible results in our compliance journey are a direct result of the full automation of 6 frontline processes, which aims to make customer contact points faster, more convenient, more modern, more responsive, and more corruption-free. And these are the establishment of a customer care portal system, the establishment of 13 customer care centers, the stabilization of the E2M system, the implementation of the electronic tracking of containerized cargo, the implementation of the inventory management system for container yards, container freight stations, and customs bonded warehouses, and the implementation of an online payment platform for fees via Paymaya. So how did we execute the strategy? To level up our PGS journey, the full participation and ownership of the entire Bureau of Customs workforce were critical. We knew we had to shake people to the core, reawaken their values, and reinstill a sense of pride in each and every BOC personnel. And to make this happen, we adopted the following measures. We integrated the Office of Strategy Management into our structure. We harmonized the PGS and the SPMS frameworks and then consolidated all the teams that will champion them so that their strategies and actions will be aligned, coordinated, and on the same page. And as a breakthrough activity, we submitted for the approval of the Department of Finance our proposed organizational structure and staffing pattern together with the establishment of OSM units in all 7 groups and 17 collection districts nationwide. We developed the BOC online learning portal where our personnel can access teaching and learning materials which espouse professionalism, integrity, and accountability. As a breakthrough activity, the Bureau developed an online testing platform so that we can measure the mental retention and assess points for improvement of our personnel. The PGS core team cascaded the Bureau's governance documents to all the 7 groups and 17 collection districts for the development of their respective governance documents. And as a breakthrough activity, the PGS core team replicated the pre-Revalida and Revalida process for the groups and collection districts that are aiming for the initiation stage. Our OSM developed the Electronic Individual Performance Commitment Review or EIPCR. This, together with the new Electronic Personal Scorecard or EPSC, will be used for the performance assessment of our personnel for the period July to December of this year. And finally, 10 offices of the Bureau are undergoing an internal audit for accreditation under the ISO 9001:2015 certification. How are we involving the community? Because we are fully aware that we are part of a bigger community, we have activated programs to harness the support of stakeholders and engage them on a continuing basis. The first step we took soon after our successful Revalida last year was to actually organize the Multi-Sector Governance Council in December 2019. This advisory group, composed of esteemed and accomplished leaders in the respective fields, has already recommended 3 policy resolutions which are being implemented now by the BOC. We also entered into partnerships with the Ateneo School of Government, the Philippine Army, and the Philippine Coast Guard to share best practices. And as a breakthrough activity, we signed a Memorandum of Understanding last March with the Ateneo School of Government for the use of their data analytics to generate 4 governance tools which are now being used by the Bureau. What are our next steps? Allow me to share with you some of the Bureau's programs to advance our transformation journey. First is the implementation of the World Bank-funded Customs Modernization Program. Number 2 is the sustainability of the Bureau's Value Transformation Program. And finally is the implementation of innovative projects that will seamlessly connect the Bureau with the national and international trade-related agencies. My friends, my decision to enroll the Bureau of Customs in the PGS was based largely on my personal experience with the PGS and my hope that it will be able to achieve for the BOC what it was able to do for the Philippine Army and the Armed Forces of the Philippines. I know that the transformation of the Bureau of Customs would be difficult to achieve in a year or even more, but I firmly believe that it will never be achieved unless we took the first step. Believe it or not, there are a lot of honest and hardworking people in my agency that have just been waiting for the right time to speak up and be counted among the agents of change and reform within the Bureau. Together, we are doing this not because we want to look good in the eyes of the public, but because we want to regain their trust and confidence in the Bureau and reestablish its integrity as an institution. More than the certificates, awards, and accolades, what we really hope to gain in this is a change of mindset, attitude, and discipline, and the commitment that would come out from this experience, this PGS journey that would sustain the agency's true transformation long after we complete this four-stage pathway. I am privileged and honored to be leading the BOC at this critical time in its history, and I promise myself that I will not fail the honest and hardworking men and women of the Bureau who expect me to bring true, positive, and meaningful change in the agency. Seeing them touches a deep chord inside of me, and I know that I am privileged to be leading them at this most critical time. I promise myself, and I promise them, that I will not fail them and their families, who through these years have been silent witnesses to their hard work and sacrifice, despite the regrettable generalizations of many misinformed sectors. We are laying the foundation here of something great, and I promise myself I will bring home the recognition they deserve, all the way to institutionalization. Compliance is the penultimate base towards that goal, and so I pray. Thank you. Thank you very much.
After careful deliberation, the panel has decided that the Bureau of Customs, which aims to transform and elevate itself into a transparent, responsive, and world-class customs administration by year 2022, shall be conferred with a PGS compliant status. And we are also very pleased to announce that the Bureau of Customs is a Gold Trailblazer awardee. Congratulations. This is the second time in a row